Hello.
everybody. Hi, welcome to Fumble,
Hello,
folks. This is the Chasing Shadows campaign, level 15 campaign that I am DMing
Dun dun dun.
allegedly
Dun, dun.
with the help of. But yeah, yes. So, yeah, this is what episode 3. That's crazy. Cool. But yeah, let's
Who are
introduce
you?
ourselves. Who am I? Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Bree. That's it.
That's
Seb.
it.
What do you want me to say?
That's what you get.
Oh, you
Hi,
get-
I'm Ben. I'm playing Solomon, the half-orc, half-orc.
So full orc.
No,
Half orc, half orc.
Oh, quarter orc.
his dad is a
Three-quarter
wood
orc.
elf and half-orc, and his mum is a human and half-orc, and he took half-orc and half-orc from both of those, so he is a half-orc, half-orc.
So he's three-quarter orc.
It's very orky.
He's an F1B orc.
He's orc squared. He's the square root of orc.
There's too many maths. Right.
Good.
Good.
Yes, he is a paladin of the crown of Etristan, and he is currently dragging his newfound teammate off for some physical exercise. Speaking of, Phil.
So I'm a Phil, and I'm playing Delan. He is a twat. But he is an earth elf, ranger rogue. No, he's not. He's a fighter rogue. Brilliant, great. That's what he is. He is a fighter rogue. He is I said ranger rogue because he's an archer. Yeah, he is one of the heroes of Heed. And thanks to HotBobbert for joining us to subscribe. Thank you very much on our stream.
Yeah, well done. Well done, you.
But yes, Delan is somewhat arrogant, slightly full of himself, elf.
Slightly.
He makes lots of friends. That's it.
Cool. All right. You've gone all over the shop. All right, Cat.
Playing Mistral Stormboots, who is a hill dwarf druid of a homebrew subclass that's kind of more in tune with the weather and the atmosphere and atmospheric pressure and stuff.
A science druid.
Fucking weather nerd druid. Yeah. And she has been shopping.
She spent 2 days shopping. Stuff.
Yeah. She's ready now. She's ready to go.
Okay, good.
Her bag's full of shit. Full of components.
Cool. Doran. Go.
Hello, I am Doran. I play Brother Guy. He is a death cleric. Worships Cumtia, god of moon, death, grave, and twilight. That's correct. And he is a... What is it? Is it a dragonkin or dragonling? What is it?
Dragonkin.
Dragonkin? Because I just saw on the stream it says dragonling. I'm pretty sure it's character sheet thingy.
Yeah.
That's why I asked. I don't know what I am. I'm part dragon.
I don't know what I am.
Also part earth elf.
Do any of us know what we are?
So a few of us have identity crises, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have no idea the half of it. You have half of it.
I actually don't have a story. It's just about you guys finding
Two apples.
Finding yourselves.
But part about being a dragon, I have an obsession, and my obsession is bones, and I like bones. They're my thing. I like them a lot, actually. Yeah.
Good. And then Seb.
So, hi, I'm Seb. I play Silverdella, the third Earth Elf in the party.
It's a
She's
theme.
there's a theme. She's mainly artificer, a little bit of sorcerer mixed in. She has no social contacts, but she likes to read, and so she's off to leave everyone else shopping and making fools of themselves.
Good. Yeah. And then last left off, I guess. They did some shopping again. Mr. went to go do some shopping. I believe Delan and Solomon went to fight, train, whatever, and
Bond.
Seb and Doran went to the library. How much time did you get in the library? Have to remind me.
20 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes.
30
It was
minutes.
30
Because
minutes.
you said it was
10 minutes more.
10 minutes on the thing that you got before, yes.
All right, cool, good. So we're gonna start off with Kat. You said you go shopping, and you got all all these amazing shops. What did you get?
A mundane club. One mundane club.
Good. And how much did that cost you?
1 silver piece.
Brilliant. Make sure you mark that off the
Oh,
character.
yeah.
Oh boy.
I guess I found a bank because I had to convert some gold into silver first.
Ah, yes.
But yeah.
Bank of Need, I believe. Uh, oh, good. I'm glad that you did that. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. And then Solomon and Dalan, were you? I think you were heading off to the Colosseum, possibly. Yeah. Well, you would have got there and realized that the day before the festival was very busy, and that there were people setting up in the Colosseum for kinds of different things. You see like a poster or like an itinerary of things that are happening, and like among them is like
Wizard
sort of
Con.
Wizard what?
Wizard Con.
On. Oh.
Wizard Con. Yeah, so they have like different wizard offs, which I like quite like. That probably sounds a lot more dodgy.
No, I just like the idea of it. It's a wizard off.
It's a
Magic
wizard
missile.
You
Like-
know that?
Like Fight
Yeah,
Club, but
genuine. So
spells.
like fighting with
Spell
like
Club.
so like it's very obviously Heat is a very magical place, but a lot of these people are like not even on the level scale. It's D&D level scale. They got magic, but they're not wizards or anything. So like this is something like you have high level fighting, and it's like a spectacular thing. So that is like dotted in and like the other stuff that's going on. And there's one that says like there's like a polymorph competition where have you seen the Sword in the Stone? Like is it Disney Sword in the Stone?
Yes, I know exactly what you're on about before you even go there.
And like they use polymorph to essentially wow the crowd and see what they can best animals they can come up with.
Easy. You should go T-Rex straight away and win. You cannot top the
They're not
T-Rex.
fighting. They're not fighting. I'd
Still
be
can't
pretty
top
amazed to see a sperm whale just in the middle of this arena.
They're
I
like,
wouldn't, because the
"Whoa,
poor thing would
what
be
is that?"
suffocating.
Yeah.
Still amazing.
Amazing
For about-
for
about
2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
And then traumatizing for every child in the vicinity.
Traumatizing, it's science.
Science.
But there are also things going on like archery competitions and exactly. And all sorts of like fair stalls and games and stuff. All the way like dotted around as well. You can see. Yes, and then you two go to the library. And you had half an hour. So I thought you were like, oh yeah, no, they'll spend all day there, and then I was like, no, I gave an hour. So yeah, you have half an hour to look in these restricted section books, specifically about the Idus shards. So the way that I usually do it is that you spend an hour and you can do an investigation check, but you're both together and you have half that time. So I guess one of you can both roll, or one of you roll an investigation check.
Can I help? Can I help Silver instead of me rolling?
Yeah, sure.
I will aid you in this moment.
But yeah,
Guidance, also
both-
advantage.
Cool. This is you both like frantically like looking for books to see if you find anything.
Okay. Natural
See,
20.
natural 20, also a d4. Also roll a d4.
Yeah, but what does natural 20 get you? What's the maximum?
It's a 30.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus the D4?
I
Was that
mean,
total?
D4 is guidance.
I mean, I
Careful.
might not. Careful. It's careful. It's a 3. Disappointed.
You fucking
I'm sorry.
33.
What's the
not
point
as
in
good
this
as
game?
I'm sorry.
You're like the best you could be, and then some.
And then it's just like, I feel like there's one more thing I could have put into it.
One more shred of information that you just thought you could have got.
One more unit.
Yeah.
They
So,
keep
is there
you
anything that
wanting.
you're specifically looking for within the?
It was the other locations, clues and that for the other locations of the shards.
Okay. Let's see. I need the map of Sastris, I guess. Where is that? Cool. Do you even have that? That's fine if you don't. Cool. You see a very map of Sastris, and you kind of see they're not like locations as such, but they're kind of like circles on the map where they could be. So you see like the one that you've been asked to go get. It's kind of just like there's like a round part on there. The can't remember where did you place that you went in the last campaign.
It
Etristan.
is
Yeah.
Etristan. It is towards the north of that country, so kind of just northwest of where it says Uzma, across the river.
Yeah. And now, oh yeah, there it is. Cool. Yeah, so that was in Etristan again, like a round circle on that. You have one in let's see. You have one in Uzma. So if you look at the one mountain, it would be like in the forest. You have one in Arbor.
Oh boy.
And one in the waste. How many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 5.
I got
There's one more.
Arbor and then one in the
Volca waste.
Cool.
What was this? Shards?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
There's
multiple
6,
locations.
right? So
Yeah, because there's 7
said
shards
this-
in total.
yeah.
No, there's 6 shards in total. There's one for each
Oh yeah.
stat.
Yeah. There would be one in Frilskier, but quite near like the divide, like in the divide, mountains of the divide. Yeah.
Try my best to copy the map.
Yeah. Cool.
Or take a picture.
Cool. Anything else? You might have been. You got a 33.
I'm trying to think. I wasn't expecting.
My goddess tells me some of these locations where the crystals are being held are dangerous. What creatures may lie before us?
That's a smart point. Yeah, I'll see what creatures and that and dangers that are expected in those areas.
So it doesn't say that in the books. It's more of like it's like somebody's journal who like found out this information, written it down, and looks as if they are like they were at some point acting for it. So they've got this crude map and they're like drawing it on. And any of the information that they may have found in even older texts that they've then put in to this one.
Is it journal? Can I try and find who wrote the journal? Like a name or
Yeah, sure. It would be there isn't a name in it. But from the way it's written, you can tell it's a wizard.
Is it really shit handwriting like a doctor?
Yeah. And it looks very old.
How old?
That's it.
Old.
Harry.
Very.
Some of this information might be
So
useless.
it would be like. Oh, sorry.
Out of date. Some of this information might be out of date.
Potentially, but it's a good starting point.
Yes.
Out of the circles in that, which one looks like it's the most likely to be there? Like it's got the most information.
What about the locations or about?
If they're my thought is if it's got more information, they're more likely to believe the shard is there. Makes sense.
Oh, what makes them think that they're there?
Yeah. So
Yeah, cool. So from the way that they are positioned on the map, go back to the map on. Oh, maps on the screen. It's fine. The way that they're positioned on the map, it kind of looks like there was like a midpoint, and they've scattered around there. So this person who wrote this has figured out that there was like something that happened in between all of these, and it's kind of shattered. They've essentially fallen around that point. Does that make sense?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, the maps.
The more information we can find right now makes it easier for me to use a spell to get even more information.
What would that be?
What spell?
Hmm.
My goddess allows me to find out secret information. The title is Legend Lore.
Yeah, that could work. Interesting goddess. Yes, we can. Yes, I'll just try and find as much information as possible. Then that could be helpful. But
Any
About the
details
Hmm.
about the locations, the gems themselves? Like, do we know in every circle location? Do we know the color of the gem? Do we know like what stat their equivalent is like like
Sure,
the
why
one
not?
in Frilskia, like on the thing? Is it the strength one? Or is it red? You know, something like that.
So you don't know. It doesn't say which ones are which. It just says that they scattered. But it does say that. Y'all gonna make notes?
have notes.
Nice. Yeah, look, just trying. Cool. Does say, right, ready? So the crown
No.
stone, the intelligent stone, is purple.
Okay. Yes, that's the one we have found when we defeated. Oh god, what was the first gold again? I can't remember.
Oh, they also.
Archfey. When we defeated the Archfey,
Fair.
we found the Earth one.
Intelligent.
Yes.
The crown stone is purple. Intelligence. The I love this. The second one is the third stone. Third stone.
That's so annoying.
Oh yeah. And it's wisdom. And it's blue.
It's a very wisdom color. I
It
appreciate
is
it.
a wisdom color, right? Yeah.
The throat stone. It's charisma. And that one is teal.
So therefore, your favourite.
I was gonna say.
fair.
Kind of like the color of your aqua teal color.
No. Bree? With something teal?
I know. Shocking.
Shocking.
Right. Next, you have the heart stone, which is constitution,
So it better be Constitution.
which is green. Lol. Then
Something's
you've
wrong with
got.
that heart.
Then you got the
Gangrene.
solar stone. Strength. And that's yellow.
Oh, boo. I was hoping you were going to keep up the trend of it being completely irrelevant. Nothing to do with it. Its associated element.
Yeah. Then you've got the root stone. Root. Which is dexterity. And this one's red. We also find out that they are very powerful, but you have to earn it. And that's what it says. And it kind of says, this is where like the scribbles are kind of like, they're like question marks on, like you have to earn it. What does this mean? Question mark. How do you earn it? Question mark. That kind of
Getting cursed.
thing.
No, what do you mean?
What? Apparently it's a thing now. Me. Say it.
At least we know the colors now.
Yes, and the names.
Objects.
I can say their names and learn more information about them.
Yes. And
Let's continue searching for now, and then when we get home, we can do that.
yeah.
That is kind of what you get in an hour. See? you get that. Yeah, so you get that each shard will enhance that stat. But yeah,
I think
that's what
we
you get.
should try and locate the intelligence shard and ask if we can look into it. Maybe we can get clues on that shard to see where the other shards are, like inscriptions.
I do wish to go for the one we've instructed to go for.
Hmm.
My goddess told me that the people that we're also instructed to find are still alive. So time is still of the essence.
They're trained spies, soldiers. I'm pretty certain they can handle themselves, but yes.
This is
The
true.
sooner we can find the shard, the better.
They might have more information. There's a reason they went missing.
Probably because they haven't earned it, or they are in the process of earning it.
When we acquired the purple shard, we defeated an archfey and went through a curse that almost got us killed. I don't know if that is somewhat what they're talking about when it means earned, or was that unrelated? I do not believe Perrick ever got the full power of the crystal when he had it.
Assuming that he's not here, maybe he did, and it's better not to search for the shards.
He is a free spirit. He does what he wishes.
We should go and find the shards. Right, let's go.
Very well.
This has been a nice chat.
As you turn to walk away, he just nods and follows you.
Best friends, instantly.
Yeah, that's it.
Instant.
Tight. Yeah. Awesome.
He's good at making friends. It's surprising, but it's true.
Surprising, yes, that's the word for it.
People that will like talk to you, they become friends. So cool. And then are you doing anything specific for the rest of the day, or?
As we get home, come to my church. It's in the attic. It will help you with the spell.
Amazing.
We make our way up at the attic, and I will cast Legend Lore Bree on the Or no, we got the intelligence one. Which one should I look into?
It'd be the estrogen.
Etristan?
That's it.
The crystal in Etrushan.
Yeah, it's the one we're going for, aren't we? Oh.
No, so the Etristan one is the one that you've got.
Yes,
Oh, is it?
that's
Oh,
the
okay.
intelligence one.
Which one? Which way have we been instructed to go? I can't
The
The Ascana one.
The Ascana one.
Ghana. That one then.
The country we're in.
Yes. The one I didn't write down on my notes.
Wow.
Of course. The only one. Is there any more information you can offer me? He says this to the sky above the crystal, the shard in Etristan. No, Etristan. Fuck it.
Fuck.
Ascana!
Ascana. Jesus, my brain just left me for a second there. Ascana.
I am reading the spell.
Oh, I can send it. Oh, you've already found it?
Yeah.
Okay. As he's doing this over, the room becomes eerily dark and cold as shadows seem to grow longer and get blacker. You see the glass in the sky kind of frosts over, and even the outside light coming in is diminished quite heavily.
Playing with a Rubik's Cube.
Absolutely does not and just doesn't realise. Like, oh, chilly. Never mind. Move on. Oh. Okay, cool. Law might consider current tales story secret or that has never been widely.
Yeah, and the more information you have about it, the more cool. I don't know. More pressing the information will be. I think that's what the spell says. I'm pretty sure. I don't know can't remember the exact wording.
They give an example where it's very fluffy text.
It is
That's
extremely
not
fluffy.
what I'm gonna do.
That is very fair.
This is something for Phil or Ben to write the fluff. There you go, Phil. Write some fluff.
Yeah.
Fluffy text.
My favourite.
Good. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive.
There you go. Yeah.
Woe to the evildoer whose hand touches the access. Okay.
Nerd. Nicholas nerd stuff.
Nerd.
Oh, we won't be doing that. Cool. What was the? So do you have to ask a question? No. Yes.
Well, I guess it's just an object that we want to learn more information about. And I asked about the shard in Ascana.
Cool.
Is there any more information that needs to be known for the shard in Ascana? Give me what you're willing to part with and share.
Fluffy text.
Fluffy text.
Fluffy text. Not included.
This takes about 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah.
And doing so, I burn with 250 GP with incense and ivory.
So.
God,
much
imagine walking
incense.
into that room just.
Just
The
That's
whole
why they're so
house just
salt.
smells of incense.
That's why they're so indo.
What flavor incense though?
Flavor?
Well, I can imagine the ivory burning is probably a worse smell.
Oh my god,
That's
yeah,
also
Yeah,
true.
because that's basically hair, isn't it? It's keratin, so
it's just
you just smell it burning
hair.
hair.
Yes, I'm quite used to that smell.
But
Disgusting.
you're on the top floor of this house, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like an
fuck for
essence
that.
of just like.
Are there windows in the attic?
It's also 250 worth of incense. It could be just really rare incense. That's like just one. That's just worth.
Expensive incense.
If
Or it could be
Delan's-
like
Yeah.
most of it could be the ivory and then just and some incense.
That's incense. Well, it's 250 worth of incense and then 50 worth of ivory.
Wow. Okay. Shit. That's a lot of
So
incense.
300 in total.
if Delan's back from the sparring session by that point, you hear like a broom stomp on the like stamping on the floor underneath you, like, open the goddamn windows up there.
Fucking
How
hell.
Smells like this.
Stinks.
Fucking stinks.
The house looks like it's on fire from the outside perspective.
Yeah, it's just there's like a
Smoke.
thing of like
It-
smoke.
It's below Delan's room, but Solomon's windows just open.
And it looks like Guy is vaping.
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
lot.
Vape Olympics.
if Silver didn't work in a workshop with like constant smoke and all that about explosions, she would give a shit.
She's used to it.
Nobody should be used to that.
Um,
That is a danger to everyone around.
If it's a
You now
problem,
know why
when I
he
get
has
back,
such a
I
low
can
voice.
damaged vocal cords. If it's a problem when Mistral gets back, she can just gust of wind and clear the air.
No, because then we got to subject the neighbours to that.
the angry
Will be-
goblin who lives behind.
Exactly.
Being suggested either way.
Essentially the head of the police as well, that neighbour of
Eh,
ours.
I can direct it to go like out and then up. Fine.
Are they doing drugs in there? Smoke.
You wish.
He does not care about that. Cool. So because the name is legend lore, I like to give you some of
Mhm.
legend.
Fair.
So you get that the one in Ghana is the red one.
Okay. That is the
Check.
root.
Notes. There we go. And
Did I look down? I checked my notes.
and you also get the information that has not been written down probably ever anywhere. That there was that this was forged by Idus. Let me
Yeah.
get these notes. hey guys,
As
I'm putting
Guy
lore
is
into the Assassin's. La 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 la.
as Guy is receiving this information, he's speaking out loud for Silver.
Cool. Where would I begin this? Down. Yes.
Be writing it down.
So
You have
glad
to put the
this
Rubik's
world
Cube down
is
for a
being
minute.
done collaboratively.
What's this?
I'm so glad that our world building is being done collaboratively at the moment.
It is fine. So yeah, so Idus had this item made for him. And it was only supposed to be for him. And anyone who he may give it to, who would be his like protege or something. But there was some kind of fight, and it was taken. And in order to stop, I guess the other side from using it, it was essentially not destroyed, but like
Shattered.
Shattered. Yeah. Shattered and dispersed
By Idus or
by Idus. Yeah.
Wait, so hang on, sorry, did you say it was stolen?
from Idus.
Yeah. There was a fight in which it was taken. And then Idus or Idus's followers, or not followers, but I don't want to say army, but
Hey,
like
followers. Followers is the correct
followers.
term.
Yeah. And Idis and then his followers destroyed it or did as best as they could to disperse it.
Discarded.
Discarded. It went boom. That was my fluff.
It exploded.
Exploded. That was my fluff.
Yay. Fluff.
Exploded. Yeah.
The root
Yay,
shard.
lore of legend. I like it.
Legend of lore. Well, good. I can only do it a couple more times because it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Won't do it more today though, because
Spread that wealth out.
spread that well out, yeah. The Ascana one is the root stone shard.
Hmm.
I do wonder who was Idis keeping this item from. Who did he fear landing in the lap of?
Yes, who was brave enough to fight Idis for such a shard.
Who was cunning enough to steal from a god? The planes of the gods are usually mere reachable for the mortals.
Being a god.
Interesting. Maybe. I don't know which god would even attempt such a thing. They're all siblings. They're all family.
An only child, but I assume that's what siblings do. They annoy each other, and they take each other's things.
They do. I have personal experience with this. But it's not told some fight between the gods that resulted in a legendary artifact being destroyed. There should be records of this. Shouldn't there be?
Idis kept it secret, because it's their shard and only their protege's shard.
Mm. He could have muddied the waters, and his followers could have done the same. It's very interesting.
Gods are not my area of expertise.
They are mine, but I am still confused by this information. But I am not one to question the gods, only to listen to what they have to say.
Questions need to be asked.
It's true. I'm surprised the gatekeeper allowed this to happen. Or maybe he's the one who tried to take the item. Idis is not meant to be meddling in mortal affairs. None of the gods are. Not to such a degree as physical, anyways. I am saying that right. That's right. Right, guys? Who built the world? Right, that's correct. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yes, I'm very confident in this information that I'm giving you.
I've consulted my gods.
I've consulted my gods.
That whole thing is juxtaposition in itself, because you are asking a god's advice and they are giving you advice of us meddling in mortal affairs. This is why gods are confusing.
They are. They can shed their will beyond the veil and beyond the gates, but items giving holy relics. That's quite rare and usually frowned upon, at least to my knowledge.
These shards exist. And if
Yes.
they are created by God, they are holy relics.
Yes.
Much research to be done.
Yes. I am curious of why he'd want such a thing. I do believe the Costa, but they just want to research them and keep them safe. But all that power makes me nervous. Mortals should not be meddling with the affairs of gods.
Believe themselves to be the prodigy.
True.
And that it is fearful in itself.
Sorry, what do you say there, Seb?
That is fearful in itself.
Maybe more time in the restricted section could shed enlightenment.
Yeah. Now that I know the locking mechanism.
The locking mechanism.
Yeah, there's some spell that locks people in a cell. I'm sure we can bypass that somehow.
Or we could just ask.
That as well.
You know.
If they give
I can
us
ask her
more.
right now. I send sending to Lumia Costa.
That is smart. I respect that.
I send sending to the leader of the entire
Country.
state.
Sure. You get a voice message. You get a voicemail saying that she's busy right now. Please leave a message after the tone.
How did you get this number?
Why? Stop calling me. Okay, cool. What do you say?
Lumia Costa. The information we have gathered in our time at the library. Resulted in very interesting information. We require more time, if you allow it. It will aid us. That he speaks very slow and has a lot of words. That was very hard to think of a cohesive sentence.
Oh, you get a message back. Brother Guy.
Stay out of my head.
Tell my head, you fucking weirdo.
It was very fair. Not the first time I got that message back to me.
Not the last either.
That's creepy in and of itself.
Brother Guy, more information, more time. Library can be arranged. Could it wait until after back? I don't know how many words I was saying.
Yeah, it's Lumia Costa. She can give as many words as she wants. She says she can allot us more time, but after potentially we come back from recovering the root shard.
It's a pain. I mean, if we want to do the ask, we could do it when we come back.
Yes.
At least we'll have a shard that we can investigate before it's put in the hands of a school who wants to keep it.
Yes. I highly doubt we'll be allowed access to the one we retrieved from Etristan.
Yeah. We could ask.
We could. I sent another message to Lucas.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Go. Go for Lumi.
Hi, this is Lomi. Please leave a message.
First, I respond to the message she sent me. This is acceptable. We will recover the shard. Dot. End of the sentence. Stop.
Yeah.
Would it be okay if we got to study the shard we recovered from Etristan? No, Etristan's one word. This could aid us. Love you, bye. No. I have 2 words. I just end it. It just ends there.
Just love you. Wait.
Hugs and kisses.
XOXO.
So,
Gee signing
one
off.
word or 2?
Gee signing off.
Forgotten.
I basically asked permission if we can see the shard we recovered from, and I said, yes, it's fine if we look at the library and we get back.
Yeah.
Because she asked me if it was okay if she didn't, give us library time before then.
Okay. Yeah, library time. Yeah.
Ouch. Wow.
What?
Who knows what he means? Shard time is much like library time, but more difficult because of where it is. The festival taking a lot of time from everybody. Again, I wasn't counting.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a new customer.
Maybe in a few days.
She might be able to allow us to see the crystal in a few days. The festival is taking up everyone's time.
Yes, pain as well.
Yes. Again, we might be able to see the root crystal before we see the crown crystal. I believe that's the one it was. Was it the crown? Yeah.
That's the purple one.
Yeah, the purple one.
Yeah. But hopefully the shards will give us a clue to the next one if they're all linked together, show that they want to be back together.
I would hope so. I would like to see how this puzzle all fits together.
Yes.
Did it? Have I missed what the artifact originally was? Has that been stated?
It was like an eye, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like an amulet.
Amulet.
With an eye. There probably would have been a sketch of it in the book as I think you were told that at the start of it.
I think we were as well, yes.
Yeah.
It rings a bell.
I imagine it's the eye from like a series of unfortunate events. All the stained glass.
I haven't seen it, but maybe. Cool.
I do not believe there is more information to be gained at this time.
No. I agree. Good
It's
chat.
been quite a productive day. And he opens a window.
And
It's like
Silver opens the door.
It's like someone cast fog cloud on the entire area.
Yeah.
More like noxious cloud, to be fair.
Yeah.
Noxious odor.
From the street, you see a few like blue cloaks who are like, should we do something about that?
Guy, did you tell anyone that you were doing this?
No. Well, only Silver, I guess.
Silver.
Right. So with that, then Solomon is running up and down the stairs with buckets of water. And he's just kind of get to the door as Silver is about to open it. And it's just like 1 foot in the air, about to kick it down, presuming that his new friends are burning to death.
And then Silver
just
just
all-
opens the door like,
I got water for the fire.
An interesting knock.
Were you about to kick the door into my temple?
I thought you were in trouble. I'm sorry, and just puts the buckets down, then goes back down the stairs again,
Oh, Solomon.
and then straight into the room, door closed, straight onto the bed again, just like, damn it, Solomon.
I turn to Gabe. I've only
He's
known him a short time, but I hear about him.
Same. He looks out the window.
Not Solomon's fault. He's the only normal-ish one here.
Solomon.
Emphasis on the ish.
yeah.
Look, he's normal. He just has social anxiety issues.
Well, this probably won't help. You hear Guy's voice in your head.
Oh, God.
Your concern is appreciated. That's it.
The pillow just comes across the head.
I am out of 3rd level spell slots.
Okay.
Well spent.
I have more. I got 4th and 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th.
No, please. No, thank you.
I think when you use a spell like sending at higher levels, then it's like the distorted when the microphone is right in your mouth.
Jeez.
Dalek, you sounded like a Dalek.
I feel like I should give you more words, but fuck what I think, I guess.
Yeah. By 7th or 8th level, you could just send just like an essay, and you're like, please.
You can do a monologue.
This in my head.
Can you imagine if you could
Cutscene.
block that? Like, you just have
Unsolicited. Like, please stop.
You just like you're trying to get rid of like someone who's romantically interested in you,
Oh no.
and then they just say, I wrote you this poem, and it's like 10 pages, and you're just like, no.
And
Get out
now
of my head.
for a dramatic reading of Shakespeare. Lo, unto thee. The entire thing just like
sending really is one of the most unintentionally messed up spells in this game.
Really?
oh, it's horrifying.
As Solomon has recently found out.
Yes.
Anyway,
my poor soldier boy.
Yes. Cool.
Is there you mentioned like there was an itinerary for stuff that's happening in the Colosseum.
Yeah.
Is there because we're expected at the festival, is there an itinerary for us, what we're supposed to do?
There better not
Sure.
be, and that's not knowing about it.
No, that's a good idea. That's a good shout.
We have been told one of you two has to appear on the float as the heroes of Equistan.
Oh
You have
my
been told
God.
this.
I
It's
imagine
not like a float. It's more like you have to yeah. Let's say that you have to almost like open the festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not have scissors, so I brought my scythe. I declare this. Just chops off someone's arm. Open.
I missed.
Are you using these bones?
It's more like there's like a party in the square. Probably. So I said the festival is happening tomorrow, but there's like a opening ceremony thing tonight. So you gotta go.
Yeah.
So you gotta like get on stage, I guess, and say hi. This is gonna open the festival. Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, I wonder out of the entire party who we're going to push forward for that then.
Gee, it's Gee, isn't it?
I am very happy to be here. I hope you all have a pleasant experience. just
Pretty much.
like hear crickets, and then you just hear gradually just all the children start crying.
And like one
Please,
person just.
Please
The lion in the
remember to
crowd.
drink your milk so you have strong bones when I come to get them.
Have them after.
I'll be happy to harvest your bones.
I require strong bones for the harvest.
Prefer like adult bones because they would be stronger.
Yeah,
And bigger.
Fully grown bones.
Yeah.
I will give the children time to grow.
Anyway,
Okay,
Let's
we
cultivate.
got dark. Let's move on.
I started dark.
Yeah, it's everyone else that got a bit dark. Anyway, cool. Yeah, and that's your day, I guess. Those who are outside, not burning the inside of the house, can see like everything is like things are like ramping up in like energy. And like the place you have to be is in the square. At a time. Time is a construct. Yeah. I would like a break now.
Yep.
Please.
Cool.
absolutely.
Please let me leave.
I have had enough of you guys already.
I do not want to be here.
Need to step out of the conversation.
Why are we here?
We are here to go to a festival and party and stuff.
So to suffer, great.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, we will go for a quick break and we'll be back in like a few minutes. 10 minutes.
All right. We'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
Hi everybody, welcome back. Okay, we're back. Hopefully you've stayed. So I don't know why I said that. But yeah. Yeah, we went for a pee break and stuff. We were talking about gods gods of our world, and what people would know about. So that's what we were doing in the break. But yeah, we left the break. It's been so long in my brain that I forgot what we did. It was like the evening, and you guys had to go and do a festival thing.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
Much to the surprise of everyone, we're expected to speak.
Yeah. Oh.
You don't all have to speak. You could nominate. Well, no,
Oh,
I
God,
think maybe
oh.
Solomon might have to speak at some point.
Oh, no.
Maybe to a smaller crowd. I don't know. Oh, you know, you got seminars and stuff. Yeah.
I cannot audibly gulp harder.
Cool. But yeah. Do you want me to carry on with that, or do anyone want to do something?
Before we go to the thing, after I
Uh-huh.
come back from my long day of shopping.
Massive shopping.
So many
Like
bags.
town was so busy. Okay, just so busy.
Yeah, that was
you
mainly.
could hardly move.
I just bought the one thing, but town was just so busy, and the bank took so long. So I've just, upon smelling all this incense and burnt ivory, when I get back to the house, I'll just go up and like, kind of just druid craft some puffs of air, wafted out.
Yeah.
And
understand.
until it smells nicer.
Good. Yeah. Good. Cool.
And start getting ready for the thing, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot from last session. Hans and his daughter, right? And so the daughter, whom name I definitely haven't forgotten.
Oh, was one of
Rose.
them Rose? Yeah. And
Fletch.
Sage?
Jasmine.
Flair.
Jasmine?
There we go.
Jasmine
Well
was the
done.
other one.
And yeah, Fletch, the Fletcher.
Fletcher.
The
Fletcher,
BowTip maker.
The BowTip.
Fletch, what do you do for a living, Fletch? I make BowTips.
Oh, God.
Oh, meet him in the car in the fucking horse carriage. Okay.
Oh, I thought we'd finally forgotten about that.
Oh no, I've just
We
been
will
waiting.
never forget about that. Ever.
I want everyone at home to know how much I hate the horse carriage.
The horse carriage.
You asked for it? No,
I did not. I asked for a stable. I
asked-
specifically asked for a stable.
I don't remember that at all. I don't think.
I asked if the house came with a horse garage.
You did.
Yes. I know that because I looked at the goddamn clips.
Phil wanted to buy BowTips.
We are heroes of Heed.
Heroes of Heed. Yeah,
Is this the talk that we're doing at the opening ceremony?
It is.
God, I hope not.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Who are you,
so what I was
imbeciles, and
saying,
how did you get your...
So Rose has been making that stew, and by the time you all get back, it's ready.
The bone broth?
So
Hell
so apart from the smell of incense, until you get to that point on the level of the stairs, you can smell the broth that she's been making all day, and also there's a pie, nice.
Ooh.
And like freshly cooked pie. And
Lauren, I'm gonna ask you this now.
Yeah.
Please stop requesting weird things to be made from our maid.
She's a cook.
Weird. Bone broth
Are you
isn't weird.
asking Doran or?
I'm asking Doran.
I can't help
What do you mean
that.
bone broth? fine.
Bone broth isn't
Well,
weird. It's cow.
It's cow, yeah.
No,
Num.
we don't know what kind of bones they are.
That's true.
No one asked.
Wait, where did she get the bones from? Where were these
You
bones
think she got the
sourced?
From
bones?
Guy.
Ah,
Ah.
ah. Hang on. Do I have a spell that can detect what animal it was?
I don't know if
What
it's an
Yes.
animal.
Yes, Homo sapien.
Whatever it was, it smells
dead
really
now.
nice. And it's dead now, and now it's in a stew, and it smells really nice. So yeah, there's a stew, and there's also pie in the kitchen. If anyone wants to eat them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, Solomon doesn't know any better, so sure.
I
He's
will
already at the table.
have a go at this broth.
Yeah.
I will
Broth
have
is-
a bowl of both.
So the broth is lush. And
Bit spicy.
Just makes your tummy warm.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Why is it spicy?
Is it? What animal? I don't know. Okay, it's broth.
What?
No more questions. Okay.
This is delicious.
It will literally be the. And just slide it slowly away from me. Just pull the
think
pie
anyone else-
close and then just.
I don't think anyone else knows that where the bones came from.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure the peasant should know that bone broth is not supposed to be spicy.
Shouldn't.
Gee, why is this spicy?
I did not make it.
Yes, but you provided the bones, right?
I did.
Where were they from?
We were late to our meeting yesterday.
Well,
That does not answer the question.
it's, it's like Guy might have provided the bones for it, but like it was still Rose that put it together. So it's probably
Yes.
from the things that are in the
Alan,
kitchen.
Alan, what is currently in my bowl?
That's bone broth.
What kind of bone?
Do not make me get my goddamn armor. Tell me what's in this bowl.
Ingredients provided by Brother Guy.
Yeah.
So who was in the what was in the broth? Guy?
That's enough.
The broth.
Boom. Straight across the room.
Chuck it. Rude.
Gee.
Yes.
What kind
Did you
of bone
put-
is this?
Did you just try to make us eat people?
No. I did not.
To laugh,
Insight
it's
check.
just like
Sure.
I am not good at these, but please let me make an insight check.
Make it all you like.
Can I assist because I'm also very suspicious?
Guy, roll
We're-
the appropriate
We're putting two and
stat.
two together here.
I'm not rolling anything. She's not lying. I guess.
Eh, It's an 11.
I'm just trying to find an appropriate creature that two level
Yeah.
15s can defeat.
take
That would
down.
be a bit spicy.
That would be spicy. I had an idea in my head, but I don't know if it would be a good idea.
That would also have
I don't-
bones.
How are people not aware that you can add things to a broth?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
no,
can
but-
you can add.
We could, but I'm
Anything.
having
I'm a-
faith
yeah,
that,
I'm
that she
aware.
knows.
But the person sitting next to me is wearing other people's bones on his face.
But also,
I think you're forgetting the more obvious
Yeah.
horror story in the room.
Of course, we're strangers, aren't we? So
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's
so
Right.
one, it's good to know regardless what kind of broth it is, just so we know what kind of bones it is. And two, I have faith that our effectively cook knew not to put spice in a broth. Surely she would have known that
Yeah,
spice does
just
not
because
go
you-
in broth.
Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
This one seems
Nice. It'll be
this one seems
nice.
interesting.
Yes.
If
This one seems
the
interesting.
mystery animal doesn't explain why it's spicy, then I'll also ask Rose.
Okay. Shall we rephrase the question? Was this an animal to start with?
No.
Oh fucking hell!
Is it a monster?
To me, it was
mean,
something called
Is it something that was supposed to be consumed by people?
That's a bit of a difficult question.
Yeah, that one's subjective.
Will this poison us?
As he's into his second bowl, I do not think so.
Do you know the name of the creature that this came
I
from?
believe it was a Narzugal. Is a random creature that I found.
Literally, immediately is going to take the bowls off of everyone and just go, no one is eating this. And it is all going to go back in because that thing is a literal monstrosity.
No, it's not. It's a devil.
It is.
And now, what is it?
Exactly.
A Narzugon?
It is a creature with sentience.
I don't think that's the one that it would be.
That's a
Maybe
creature.
some fire spiders.
That'll do.
That makes
Giant
sense. That makes
giant fire spiders, which
Would they
have
have
a good
bones?
kick.
They do now.
Because they have
Yeah.
good, but yeah, they have bones.
In that case, Mistral will look at it and basically do the kombucha girl reaction of and continue eating.
Spicy fire spiders.
Well, it tastes
yeah.
good, so
So
Like this whole conversation, Silver's just been eaten.
yeah. Just like-
Same with Guy.
with each revelation, I imagine there's just been like an extra bit of bread torn off to dip into. Through all this stuff, is Rose here?
I feel like I should say she's not now.
okay.
But
She's gone
like,
home.
yeah, no, she's not. She's left the stew and the pie there. Yeah. But yeah, the stew we have finally figured out is not devil stew. It's fire
Or deviled?
spider spicy fire spider stew. With a lot of good veg and stuff. It's very nice. Anyway, so the pie is good berry pie.
Ah.
Nom, 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 nom.
Guy, did you have anything to do with this
So-
pie?
I do not believe so.
I will have 2
I'll-
servings of that instead.
I will, help myself to the pie.
So
I'm immediately reminded of Scary Movie 2 when like there's my germs and everything,
ew.
and then the dessert comes out and they're like, oh, my germs.
So this pie serves 6. So 6 slices of pie. It will give you 5 temporary hint points because it's made of good berries.
Yay.
Yay!
Lush.
Yum yum.
Nom, nom, nom,
And you
nom.
can only have 1 slice per person. You can't have like extra hit
Aw.
points.
But there's
I,
5 of us.
I wanted to be a fatty and have 2 slices.
You
There's
can
5.
have 2 slices,
would
but you
probably
don't get the extra
explode.
5.
Ah,
Oh, that's
okay.
fine. It's just because he's not eating the broth now.
Yay.
I'm just
Okay, cool.
scared of anything the Guy is going to put in front of him from now on.
5 temp HP, was it?
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's instantly filling.
Yum yum.
Nom, nom, nom.
So you didn't need a second slice.
Well,
just because I didn't need one doesn't mean I don't want one.
it's very nice. Okay, cool. That's that. Horrendous dinner time meal.
All right, we've got a party to go to kick off, no less.
Yeah.
You people are terrifying to me.
I don't know
Like-
what was wrong with the broth. It was delicious.
That was really good, actually. Like I gotta say, I was a little unsure of how those things were gonna turn out as food, but it was a good kick to it.
Can I ask in the future that if you are going to cook anything, that you tell us what it is first?
If
Yeah.
you ask.
What he said.
And with that, for the first, seeing as no one has noticed, Solomon's going to drop his voice back down again and go, yeah, what she said. And then he's going to toddle off again. Gonna go get in my armor.
He's an odd one, that one. But anyway, your the fire spider bits you gave for dinner were really good. He's an odd one. The fire spider stuff you provided was really nice.
It's good. You killed most of them.
I don't like spiders. Turns out, in a way, I now do.
Perspective.
Right, so
They try
how
to eat us.
much, are we gonna, what do you reckon they're gonna expect of us? Are we gonna have to be, handshaking, kissing babies and all that kind of stuff, or are we just
Probably
there
not.
to-
Probably.
I mean, they know roughly who we are and that we're weird as fuck. So I don't think they're gonna want us touching their babies. Having said that, I am gonna give my hair a quick brush before we go.
Flip it.
Oh, please. Oh, God.
Deland just assumes that's some kind of translation, lost in translation.
Fucking hell.
No, I mean, just take
No.
take one look at
No.
Gee. The conversation we've just had about the broth.
No.
I don't think they want us touching babies. Touching hands, babies, all sorts. I think a safe distance.
I'm pretty sure that Lumi doesn't want Dalan near any women either, but was kind of conceded that point as well.
Yeah.
Is this the next day after the library?
Can't help.
No, it's the same day, isn't it?
No, it's the same day as the evening.
Okay.
So you guys are your house is close enough to the center. It's getting loud outside, as people sort of flock to the center, and also are just generally just hanging out in taverns and stuff. But yes, are you guys gonna head there?
Is this the Mardi
Absolutely.
Gras?
Brushing your
Heed?
hair and
Is this the Mardi Gras of Heed?
what's
Floats and beads and street pies.
pretty much, yeah. You brush your hair, you don your armor, which takes exactly, and then you head into the center. You follow the crowd in, and you get to the center, to the courtyard, and it's like there's Heat is lit up anyway, but tonight it's just dancing lights essentially everywhere, permanent dancing lights all over the place. They kind of look like the tea lights, but it's not. It's magic and it's permanent. And what?
Just the quickest magic's permanent.
Magic is permanent. Okay. I already said it. I realized I say things twice. Say them really quickly in the hopes that it doesn't really matter.
In this descriptive role-playing game.
Yeah, because I'm not a fluffy writer.
It's essentially magic. It's the magic version of the LED lights, and you've set them onto music setting, so they
They do, and they're permanent. Did I say? Okay.
Did I say they're magical?
They're magical and permanent. But yeah, like you said, they are going with the music. Oh yeah, like that, but better. You're gonna do something oh no.
Yeah, please don't do that, just in case there's anyone at home that is epileptic.
Content warning.
Terrified of skulls.
Yeah, that too. But yeah. So like you said, these there's music happening, and like if you're walking down the street and you kind of have to sort of like you hear one bard singing over there, and then you kind of move down the street, and then you hear another one, and your ears have to like adjust to all the different music. But in the center there is the sort of one sound, and it's quite loud, and the dancing lights are going with the music. They've set up like a stage part in the sort of in front of the university, essentially, sort of overlooking the courtyard in the middle. And yeah, that's kind of where people are gathering, and you kind of need to be. So as you sort of get to like the side of the stage, you can see some of like the professors and some of the other people that you don't recognize hanging around. And then Lumi will stand up on the stage and sort of greet everyone. And yeah, so the crowd like quietens down, and she is like her voice is like echoed. What's the word?
Projected.
Thaumaturgied.
Projected. I like that.
Thaumaturgied.
Thaumaturgied. Projected. And she says, "Welcome everybody to this year's Festival of Enlightenment." Woo woo. Yeah. It's been a fruitful year, but we are going to celebrate this week of festivities. We're going to celebrate, and we are going to thank Tatuna. I need words. We're going to thank Tatuna, Idus, and Tolura, and thank them for what they bring, or they have brought to us, in the way that we know how, the way that they want us to celebrate, with music and laughter and creation, magic and illusion. Yes. To kick it off, we have some special guests to say a few words. Oh wow. Oh.
She says that into the microphone.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, we have a few special guests to kick it off, and then we will get on with our celebrations. And I'd like to welcome. I've forgotten her name. What is that? What is Talan's surname?
The Heroes of Heed.
No. What was your surname?
Oh, La Ruine.
Laruin. I think she would probably say all of. So Dalan, Brothergy, Silva. I don't know your surnames. Solomon of Etristan, and Mistral Storm. And yay!
Delan is right there with the queen wave.
Oh my god.
Military march to his position, heels together, hands behind back.
Guy walks completely normally like he always does.
Silver just gets on stage.
Yeah, Mr. will just walk on stage applauding. Thank you. Bow.
Pulling herself, yeah. Okay. Dalan.
Oh, I could say a few words.
Cocky one. So.
Hi, evening, everybody. I hope you're all having a good time. It's an honor for us, the Heroes of Heed, to be opening the festivities. But I tell you, this is a good group we've got here together, and it's a good group I can see in front of us here. Now, I don't want to keep you too much from the party and festivities of today, but you know what I say, and just from nowhere, just produces like a wine goblet, and it's just like, of course, we got to celebrate the wonders of Tatuna, the goddess of change. So let's all change our inebriation status from sober to absolutely legless. Have a great night.
That would actually be one hell of a speech, and I would be so down for that.
And with that,
There were worse things he could have said.
What's that?
There were worse things he could have said.
There are worse things. In the grand scheme of things. Okay. And with that, when Lumi realizes that is how you're going to sign off and end the little speech, the few people. There are like a few wizards sort of standing around the stage. I mean, there's a lot, but there's a few. No, they will kind of cast, I don't know, magic to
awesome, like fireworks and stuff.
Crazy, yeah. So they will cast essentially fireworks into the sky, and that would signify the start of the festival of enlightenment.
Oh, I love
The
this.
spell is called pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, Doran. Great. And I'm going to use a mechanic that we have in our ritual spell book. Is if all of these wizards do pyrotechnic at the same time, you get incredible show. Wow. Yes.
How does it work? You'll have to find out.
Wow.
Yes, they have combined their power. Yes. And then the music commences, and then have an
Yay!
yay!
Yay.
May the merriment
I just
proceed.
turned back to Lumi and said, like, was there something a bit more formal I was supposed to say?
No, Dalan, it was fine.
Ah, fantastic.
But I hope the children in the crowd don't take it literally, you know.
Oh yeah, there were kids here, weren't there? Oh.
If they do take it literally, I have prepped regeneration.
To be quite
I
honest,
can
I
regrow
found
their
that
limbs.
seeing Guy is quite sobering. So.
I heard that completely differently. I heard it as I've prepped for the generations. And my brain was just like...
Because he says drink into your legless, and I was like, I got regeneration, it's fine. I just regrow the limbs.
To quote something, nanny the fuck?
Regeneration.
Regeneration.
I hear generation.
Also, maybe try was it cure poison or peach disease first? Try that.
Well, no, he said if you take it literally, as in legless, I can regrow those limbs.
Yeah. I don't think they would take it literally and do something to harm themselves like that. But yes, I do also have that ability too, just in case.
Alright. Cool.
I was gonna go find the other artificers.
Yeah, yeah. They are everywhere. They are either no, they are
only they're in one group.
The artificers in that corner.
It's a literal group of like all the wallflowers, just sort of like
they're in an awkward corner at the back.
All wowing over one of their inventions that just no one else understands. Ow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all showing each other their inventions. This is what I came up with this year. Oh my god.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's great.
You totally gotta sell that in my shop.
The whole point of having a shop. Can get good ideas.
Yeah.
Called marketing.
Oh my god. Marketing.
But yeah, just to inflate Delan/Phil's ego a little bit more. I know. So like after I actually literally hate myself.
Yes. Come on.
Oh no, does he pull? Please don't write into the story that he pulls.
Oh,
No.
No, he has to earn that. No, you're not rolling anything. Put that down. Okay.
that he has heard that statement more often in his life than any other. No, don't roll it. Just put that down.
Oh, so okay. So wait. I don't think I can say it. Wait.
Would you like to message it to me and then I'll say it?
What happens?
Waiting at the side of the stage are essentially women. There you go, guys.
Groupies.
Yeah. Groupies.
Oh, no.
Who are waiting just to speak to you and to they're like, please sign my
Excellent.
thing. And
Solomon is new, so I will bring him to introduce
Oh.
him.
that's disgusting. Let's go. Okay.
That will be funny.
Go for it.
Come on.
But these
These people they're big fans of heroes such as myself and you. So we should go have a chat.
I'm not a hero. I'm a soldier.
But you see, the deeds you've done have brought you here, and you may be too modest to call it heroic, but
It's my job.
I don't know.
Dylan, sign my arm. Sign my arm.
Yeah. Oh, of course. There. Hi. This is my new pal Solomon, and I'll sign and whatever they want signed.
Sure. Yeah, you're doing this as Solomon. I assume you're just standing there really awkwardly.
He's gonna be polite like he has been. It's not the first time he's been in front of the public as his position says, "Hello, ladies. I hope you are enjoying your evening well."
He's a knight.
They're very enthralled. You'll say that it's very nice armor. It's very shiny.
Thank you.
And they will also ask for autographs.
Certainly. Do you have paper and a quill?
No, sign the other arm.
I'll give him whatever the hell with like fucking artificer Sharpie. I'm not really sure what the
Medieval Sharpie.
It's a sharp stone with ink on it.
Oh no!
Oh wow, that's something else. It's a tattoo. God.
Mm. Yes. Do Alan.
Yes, Fa.
He's literally whispering this into your ear.
Yeah.
For what purpose do they want my name put on their arm?
Because they're going to be able to tell their friends they've met you.
They can do that anyway.
They can, but they might. But when they know who we are, the heroes of Heat, their friends might not believe them. But with that signature right there, which I'm quite sure everybody obviously would know what it looks like and would believe.
Is it common for people to lie about these things?
About being us? No, I can't imagine that.
Right. Sure. Then it will be very slow. Because Solomon
like, just seeing like the sort of like the excitement just drain as it's like really neatly written, like
My arm's getting tired.
and he'll put his arm underneath her arm and basically just slightly lift her up and then carry on.
And while that's going on, it's just like.
I hope your friends enjoy your gloating. And again, full toothy grin of just utter horrifying.
Oh, there's like all sorts of questions as well for like these girls are just like, are you B?
Didn't catch
No,
any of that.
you cut out then. Sorry.
Oh no, it was my high pitched excitement.
We just caught.
Apparently. Yeah.
That was it really. That was basically it.
What were they asking?
So they're asking like, are you here for the whole festival? Like, where are you gonna be? Are you taking a part in any of the activities? Oh, there's an archery thing. Oh my god, are you doing the archery thing?
Yeah, I would be like,
because I'm definitely gonna come and see you at the archery thing.
well, we've just been signed up for a very important mission out of town. But
oh my
but
god,
don't
can you
worry.
tell us what it is?
If you're going to the archery contest, then I'll definitely make some time to head up that way. Just for you.
God.
Giggles.
God, he's the worst.
I know.
How old
I
are
hate
these group
myself.
idiots?
Oh yeah, like they're old.
Old enough, okay.
Fine.
Old
oh yeah,
enough.
not like they're not.
They're 60. They're 60-year-old humans.
Elves. Yeah. they are old enough. It's fine.
Old enough to know better.
Old enough to know better. Yes, exactly. But yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, where are you going next?" Like, they just.
That is a secret.
Yeah, what's this like secret mission thing? Oh my gosh!
Oh, it's
can you
absolutely
say? Can you
classified,
tell
I'm
us?
afraid, ladies.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
What about yourselves? What are you looking forward to at the festival?
Don't do it.
No, I know.
Don't debase yourself, Bree. Don't support men like Delan.
Don't give
To
them the
help, if I say
platform.
there's a couple of men there as well, is that okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Adoration is adoration.
I still like the
Majestic
idea.
Oh yeah.
I still like the idea that they are 60-year-old humans. The kind of fans you'd find not at like
a Tom Jones concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been fans of yours for like decades. And you haven't aged because you're an elf. Yeah. And now they're like 60-year-old humans. Oh, buddy. But yeah, they say that they're excited to like. There's like this amazing like this is an amazing couple of bands going on. Like, do you hear? There's a band from Sarai. They're amazing. They're like playing like tomorrow night. Amazing. And they say that they're supposed to be. Oh, it's like a secret, but they're supposed to be like an amazing party thing on the Talon Pass, and it's just gonna be amazing. Yeah.
All right, I'll definitely try and check that out as well. Then, excellent.
Well, if you're gonna be there, I'm gonna.
You're too kind. You're too kind, girls. All right. Everybody, go have some good time. We're gonna go meet up with the rest of the gang and find out what we're doing next. All right, you have an awesome evening.
So as all these like women to you, I guess people are talking to you about this. There is like one other person who is a bit more like, these women are like, she's not like that. She's sort of waiting patiently, and when she gets a chance, she will, like, you clock her, Delan. She is an earth elf as well, but with a lot darker skin, and is carrying a lyre. Is that how you say?
Yeah.
Lyre. So some kind of bard, and but you clock her because
she's not
what
giving
she looks like.
me 100%.
She's very pretty, but like, yeah, you clock her because she is not looking at you. She bypasses you and goes straight to Solomon.
Oh.
Yes.
he is going to be staring at like 1,000 yards staring and not even realizing that she's walking up to him.
Yeah, and she'll be like, "Hi, sir, knight, person. Please, may I
Hello,
have your autograph?"
sure, and to turn around and just, hey, Bella,
Hey.
and just drops everything in his hands, just utter klutz, just.
I'll try my best to like Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man, like catch it and get it back into his hands as quickly as possible.
Do a deck save. Go.
I'm imagining Dex is 14.
You kind of like you kind of grab like the pen or something. But the other stuff drops on the floor. You're too busy.
Yeah, just
Oh, sorry. Is this while I'm still dealing with
Yeah.
the giggle
Sort of
factory?
kind of a little bit of that and a little bit of wrapping up.
Okay. Yeah.
And as they kind of start to disperse, essentially.
Solomon is literally just how it's been months,
A
years.
while. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. Good to be here. Excited. What are you doing here? So this is not
I'm
this is not where you would usually be.
no. I am on a mission.
Oh.
And he'll try and straighten himself up a little bit. Just
And she like, how tall are you again? Because she's like you're a lot taller than.
oh yeah, he's 6'8". He's massive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He
I
is a
forgot
big
about
boy.
that. On a mission, eh? I see.
Yes. How long have you been here?
Been here for a couple of weeks. In preparation for the biggest Bard festival.
Yeah, I imagine this is the kind of thing that you love.
Yes. It's the thing that we look forward to all year. I mean, not only is it fun, but it opens up opportunities.
How are your op, how have you been? What have you been doing since I last saw you?
When you kind of like stutter a little bit, she'll put her hand like your chest piece. Yeah. Clunk.
And just immediately the little bit of composure that he's trying to hold himself up, he just melts. Just like
Relax.
it is obvious to anyone who's looking at him that all of his nervousness just kind of ebbs out of him.
Interesting.
From behind you.
Ah!
He's still on the stage. He's just staring at everyone.
You occasionally get the odd person like.
Bree does not break eye contact.
Have I clocked any of this, or am I still dealing with the groupies?
Yeah, you're starting to now. They're kind of like, dispersing. And you said, oh, yeah, we have to, go and be with my buddy. It's at this point that you say that. The look. Yeah. I mean,
Is not Solomon is only looking at her. Has not even clocked that anyone else is still there.
or
and Delan will observe and only move if anyone looks like they're coming to interrupt.
Or yeah. I mean, I've been fine. You know, traveling around,
Good.
ending up here.
I didn't know when I would see you again.
It just seems a very convenient thing that you are here right now.
You know me. I'm not a good liar. I did not know you were here. If I did, then I would have tried to find you sooner.
I believe that, but there are many bards in this city right now. Don't blame you. Fine.
You know that's not why.
Well, I'm here now. And I happened to see you on stage, so.
It makes a change from that's where I usually see you.
It's quite ironic.
You're a lot better than me.
You did fine.
I stood there.
I mean, these people seem to like it.
Yeah.
Looking at the people who asked you to sign their arm.
I don't know quite what I've got myself in for, honestly. I'm with this group that is quite different to my usual regiments.
Kind of does like a little side eye to Dalan, who is there, like watching. Yes, they're not very military, are they?
No.
Also, Guy behind you, like on the stage.
How long are you staying for?
Staying for the festival, and maybe a few days after that. You?
We are supposed to head out in the morning for a mission.
Off again.
Off again.
Yeah.
Do you have a performance tonight?
Yeah, kind of. It's like but not specifically a performance, like everybody sort of chips in, that kind of thing. Yeah. Not paid, exactly. But it's fine. It's a very good night, usually.
Where?
It's actually down at the Talon Pass. Have you been there?
I haven't, but you know me. You take me to all the interesting places.
Yeah, we gotta broaden your experiences, haven't we?
You've been speaking with my sister again. Can I come and see your performance?
Yeah, definitely. I would love it if you come to hang out. If you can. I mean, I know you're in your uniform, busy, and you have things to do. And
I am on leave tonight.
nice.
Should I? He just kind of reclocks that these people are with him. He's like, should I bring?
Just, another side eye.
Yeah, literally goes from Delan's like has met plenty of womanizers and is just kind of like, just another womanizer, but then turns to Guy. It's just like, Will they stand out too much if I invite them?
I mean, Talon Pass? Probably not, to be honest.
Pal, it sounds like the best party it's a secret party. Apparently, it's not widely publicized.
Dalan, hi. Dalan, this is my friend, Ilabella.
Ilabella, wonderful to meet you.
Hi, Delan, fellow hero of heat.
Hero of heat, yeah. Yes. I've just recently come to meet your friend Solomon here. He's an interesting guy.
He is.
Known each other for a while, I take it.
A bit, yeah.
You see that Dalan is standing in front of her, but now that you are there, the nervousness has completely come back into him. Like, you can see that he's completely rigid again.
Oh.
It's pretty much not speaking. She's just speaking for him.
Oh. Yeah. How long have they known each other? How many years? How many decades?
Decades, because he is long lived as well. So probably about 50 years at this point.
She will say, yeah, I've known him for a few decades.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, maybe you got some wonderful, embarrassing tales to tell. But,
oh, yes.
Excellent.
But kind of looks at him and be like, I don't know. I think maybe he should tell you one of those stories.
Oh, don't worry. We're all shacking together at the moment, so I'll have plenty of questions about this one. I'll sort of pat him on the back.
Literally, even though he's as massive as he is, because of how nervous that is, he will literally follow through with it, with the pat. Just like completely demure at the moment.
But yeah, I heard wind of this gig at the Talon Pass. It sounds like it's the best place to be tonight.
Yeah, the worst kept secret of P-Drive. Yeah, spreading. The news is spreading. It's more like it's not so much a gig. It's like atmosphere.
That's good. I like atmosphere. Okay, yeah, we'll make sure we're there.
Cool. And it'll look at, and again, sort of touch your plate. I'll see you there in a bit.
I'll see you soon.
Okay.
I promise that we'll actually get to say goodbye this time.
That would be nice.
And you literally just full color, even though he's green, full color. Just
darker green.
Yeah, just dark green, yeah.
Yeah.
So even darker green, yes.
Yeah. See you later. See you later, Dylan.
Oh, it's lovely to meet you.
And kind of glance at like a YouTuber on stage, like at a geek. Like
he's on stage, just looking passively.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine no one's asked him to get off the stage, so he just stayed there.
It's like the default, unless like it's like a sim. Unless you tell the sim to do something, the sim will stay.
He's just watching the entire crowd. He's just like,
I don't think there's a few families around, and like the adults are chatting, so like the kids that are terrified of are just staring at him the entire time, like he hasn't moved. What is it?
Yeah, you've got the group of kids that are just like slightly older, but not old enough to know. No,
coolest thing out.
No, the one, the slightly before preteen ones. There's like. And they will run up to the stage and then get to like the first step and then go back and say, I got closer than you did. And then
see how close they get to the stage before they freak out. Love it.
As soon as if they touch the step and as soon as it creaks, he just snaps his head to look at them.
And then it's like scary, but it's a game. And like,
Oh my god.
they go hide behind a barrel.
He is secretly great with kids. That's really, that's really
Yeah.
I mean, what? His animal handling is +5?
Well, I mean, same difference.
That'll do. That's enough. Like, it's the same skill. Crossover. But yeah, you Mistral and Silver, you said you were going to see the artificers in the artificer corner. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mistral.
I would have wandered over to Dalan and Solomon around the time where Dalan was just kind of fending off any distractions so that Solomon could have this conversation.
Cool. So you
'Cause
get the last part of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, she will also, say goodbye to Solomon and Dalan, and guess she was he introduced.
I think I kept my distance because
Yeah.
the groupies are all pretty much gone. It was just this conversation, so I was just like,
Oh.
I'll just wait.
Yeah, she'll give you a nod as she passes. But yeah. Silver, you're next to these artificers, and you notice that like a small so I guess you notice like a woman and a small child, probably about 5 years old, will very like sheepishly, so the woman will be like, go on, and like the child will be like really sheepish and like sort of come up to you and sort of like tap you. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. This is a little 5-year-old boy. Human. Yeah, it's very cute. He's got like a little thing in his hand, in his hands, and be like, "Hi, I wondered if you could like look at my thing," and and he will essentially like pass you like a little like is it like a little battlesmith thing, like a what you call it, like
A little row beat.
yeah, like a
Row bit.
little very like a very early version of like what would be like. We'll want to show it to you.
Little tinker toy.
Little tinker toy.
Oh my god, is it wind up?
Uh,
You have to have like a little clock.
Essentially, yeah. Except when you like wind it up, it'll just like go for like a lot longer than the wind would allow. It's like a little what would it be? Like a little cart. I was gonna say train, but it's not a train because we don't have trains. Like a little cart, and you'll like wind it up and it'll put it down, and it will go around and it'll like sing a little tune. It's like, I made it. I made it.
It's very impressive, little boy.
And the mother will like, I'm so sorry. He's a big fan. This is kind of like why he made it. Really, he wanted to be like you. Yeah, he wanted to show you and
With
stuff.
with that, Silver will kneel down a bit and pull out her Rubik's Cube, and she will carry on twisting it until it's fully completed. And then basically she's casting Tiny Servant on it, so it turns into like a little robot, like little arms come out and little legs pop out.
Oh my gosh. And like you will just like, can I touch it?
can have it. Keep at it. It is impressive.
And he would like look at his mother like, is this real? Really?
I wouldn't have said if. Yes.
And just like take it and be like, ah. And it's like the best moment of his life. Probably ever.
Good talk, and I'll get up and start walking off.
He will be okay with this. He will just be enamored with the thing while the sort of the little cart would be like. He's like, ah.
My heart.
Yeah.
It's nice, okay? Just
No. It's really nice, really cute. It's just like my heart.
Cool.
can make a better one.
I don't like real kids, but I like D&D kids.
Yeah. But yeah. That's some cuteness.
This is
Yeah.
third level spell slot.
Nice.
Isn't
Worth
it fun being extremely high cast and you just throw away spell slots like they mean nothing to you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just piss him away.
So, are we? Is tomorrow when we're supposed to leave? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
At some point tomorrow.
Galan,
Yes, Solomon.
do you know how to get to this pass? He is still staring literally in the same direction that she's walked off in.
So am I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's definitely going to be worth making sure. Well, I wanted to go, but now it's more important that we make sure you go. So.
At this point is where Mistral joins in now after she's gone away. Did I hear something about a party?
There is apparently there's a poorly kept secret party in the Talan Pass. So.
Oh.
We should go because one of
No.
an old friend of Solomon's is in the band.
Oh, you know each other.
Yes, she is a very, very accomplished musician.
All right, I guess we'll have to go and watch her play.
If that is okay with all of you.
I definitely is.
Just. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've got any other plans for this evening, do we? We've done our bit.
Are you all okay with possibly being quite tired for when we start the mission tomorrow?
I'm intending on it.
Annabella likes to stay out quite late.
Oh, then I definitely want to get to know this one. And I am
Banging.
I might not stay
And
out that late. I might come back, but yeah, we get to go for a bit at least.
And I am definitely intrigued as a man that don't strike me as the kind of person that stays out all night. But if you already know that, then I am interested to see what you're like when you let your mutton chops down.
I was going to say, got no hair. It's been nearly 2 years. It takes a little book out that he's got in his pocket to check the date. 1 year, 10 months, 22 days.
Okay.
Since you last saw her?
Yeah.
So she's clearly quite special.
She's the most incredible person I've ever met.
Oh, God, my heart can't handle how wholesome this is.
Dalan is definitely gonna try and fuck her.
Power move. Absolute power move.
Phil hates how that's probably true.
You know when you go to prison and you're like, right, I'm gonna find the biggest guy here and beat the shit out of him. It's kind of like what you're doing. You're like,
I'm gonna find the biggest guy
finding
here
the
and I'm
most-
gonna screw his girlfriend.
you're finding the most forbidden fruit in this entire fucking town.
That's the one. No one else exists right now.
No,
All
no.
those women. No.
Like in all honesty, I think just the fact that because he was so socially awkward, and Dalan was like, "Here, come and talk to these insipid fangirls," like, the fact that happened has made him like, no, this has to happen. So it's a rare occasion where he's not a piece of. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure I'll find another way.
You said that twice now.
Yeah, maybe she's got a
I am
friend. Who knows?
disappointed.
Exactly.
Dalan.
A sister? Oh wait, no, it was Solomon that said he had a
Solomon's
sister.
sister.
Now there.
Oh, she is tall. She is.
The power move.
Entire family.
I'm fine with that.
The ultimate power move. Is
Solomon
fucking
might
run.
not be, but Ben is fine with it.
Right. Well, we'll definitely get that. We'll get the whole gang together and see if we can see if everyone wants to come along to that.
Yes. Do you think? And it's gonna imagine the three of us turning at the same time towards Guy as he's doing this thing with the kids running back and forth and scaring them every time. Just like, do you think
He does it
knows
to
how
you.
party?
He does it to you immediately as soon as you look at him.
Brother Guy.
Alright, like he's down to party. Don't worry.
How far away is he?
They're on the side of the stage, so not that.
I walk towards him. What did you say?
Do
Crowd's
you
very
know?
loud.
Do you know how to dance?
No.
I am not very good, but if needs be, I will show you what I have been taught. Are you okay to come to a party?
Very well.
It would mean a lot to me.
It will be done.
Thank you. And just kind of trying to stare over everyone, then realizing that Silver is now in the crowd. And that means that we are not going to find Silver unless Silver wants to be found.
Silver is in the artificer corner. Okay.
That doesn't help because you're what? 4 foot?
No.
Could
5
he
foot.
make a perception check?
5'5".
Oh, okay. 5 foot in amongst a sea of thousands of people.
Yeah, make a perception. Because you've been on the stage the whole time.
True.
I've just been watching the entire crowd. It's a 16.
You can see a bunch of artificers.
They're
in
probably
this
over in that direction.
Okay, come on. Let's
saw
go.
them heading
Let's
that
go have a
way.
chat with the nerds.
That is not a nice thing to call them. They are very intelligent people that have probably saved
yeah.
your life.
Well, yeah. I'm calling them that because they are. They're like they know so much stuff. It's fantastic.
And he's just gonna mumble to himself. Nerd. Takes his book out. Nerds term of endearment ?
Oh no.
Absolutely.
As soon as you take out the book, he puts his hand down and just like.
This is not necessary information.
Thank you, Brother Guy.
As he does touch you, you feel a bit different as he casts a spell on
God.
you. There's no saving throw. There is a spell upon you now.
Okay.
That's that all he needs to know?
That's all you need to know.
No, amazing.
Okay.
Does he know that this was a spell was just cast on him?
Actually, I don't think you do.
Wow.
There you go.
All right. I'm intrigued.
Cool.
All right, cool. You head over to the artificers. It is a bunch of nerds. And they're talking about their latest invention and what they've managed to accomplish. A lot of them are like, if you're even talking to them, but they're like listening intently.
Silver's probably speaking the most she's ever spoken in her life.
Yeah.
Right, I'm working on a new invention right now. I'm talking about making a portable workshop, yada yada yada.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
I know, right?
First time in her life she's able to speak to someone who actually understands her.
Yeah.
Here we come.
But you guys sort of head over and you chatting like this. Like you probably heard like 4 words in this whole time. But yeah, she is definitely in her element here.
This is great. I am seeing a whole new side to our new pals, Brother Guy. This is fascinating stuff.
Very interesting.
Now
Did you
we need
nudge
to-
him when he? Did you nudge him when you did that? Because you did the shoulder thingy.
Yes, yeah.
A spell is being cast upon you.
What do you?
Surely no better than to touch Guy at this point.
All right, you're up to something. You're a little terror.
Wow. But yeah, you hang around for like however many minutes before realizes while right.
I wait for.
I couldn't hear.
Just waiting for a correct moment for Silver to
Yeah.
step in
just
for Silver.
whatever.
Oh
Sorry.
no, we know, but we're gonna actually see that you're actually enthused. And
There's never a gap. The conversation.
This one is a social wreck.
She's
so
moving on to the periodic table at this stage. She needs to step in.
Yeah, you will not find a gap. Otherwise, you need to be assertive.
It gets to that point where you're like waiting and like, oh, this is interesting. It turns to, I'll wait for a gap. Turns to, can't find a gap, and now I'm aware of my existence.
Now I'm just the audience.
Now I'm an audience who is hanging around but is not interested as such, and you're like,
Yeah, it just turns to white noise for Delilah.
And occasionally someone tells a joke and it's clearly hilarious to the artificers, and you're just like, ha 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 ha.
He does not laugh.
I don't get it.
It is hard to follow.
Okay.
Through the night.
Just right in the middle.
I like to think at least one of the artificers jumps
Yeah, they got that skin.
We are planning to attend a party.
Right.
Would you be interested?
I mean, sure.
Very well. And he just backs away.
You can bring some of your new friends if you want.
That's like a mum talking to a kid. Bring me a new friends.
Bring your friends round.
Why don't you introduce me to any of your friends?
Who's your friend?
Mum, they're my peers, Mum.
They are my customers at this stage.
Yes.
Well, bring them along if you want.
Don't talk about my clients in such a familiar term.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, another socially awkward person.
Well, not socially awkward, just a bit rude to interrupt the conversation when we're talking about quantum physics, but okay.
Don't even know how to respond to that.
Nervous laughter.
That's
And
yeah, no,
cricket.
it's okay. I think I had that dish once when I was in Mabley, but
Oh,
yeah,
So
it's an old friend of Solomon's here is in the band that's playing. So I want to make sure we get front row for that one.
Sure.
If that is okay with you, I do not wish to intrude on your merriment.
No, it's fine. That's not so good talk. Let's go.
Our apologies for intruding. He bows his head slightly.
It is okay. I feel like I was losing the crowd anyway. They did not understand me.
oh,
Girl.
Let's go.
maybe there'll be some more down in the Talon Pass.
Everyone's just gonna kind of look over and just be like,
Some really hard partying artificer nerds.
I may not be
Who
high
knows?
on the wisdom scale of Finn's and deception, but even I cannot see that.
honestly, I kind of want to see a really hard party in Artificer now.
Boy, do I have a homebrew subclass for you that I found recently.
I'm just imagining Doc Emmett, honestly.
Is it like an artificer who's also a mixologist and makes all these like wacky concoctions, mostly just to get high?
Amazing.
Oh god. Oh no.
But
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, so
Cool. Yeah, you head to the Talon Pass. I think I mentioned last time is like a district that is built into and onto the side of the cliff. So yeah, you have like the upper docks, lower docks, and then you have the Talon Pass that's in between on the cliff. And yeah, like point like it's super busy in town. It gets to a certain point where it's like quiet and the lights kind of go away for a bit, and then after a bit again you start to hear this a little bit of a sound. It's not too loud, but when you get to the edge of the cliff, that's when you hear it. It's like you can't hear it unless you're like the other side of the cliff essentially. But
You
yeah,
see
you hear
laser
this.
beams, fucking rave going on.
Yeah, it's like a rave, but more. Let's think more like Irish bar.
I'm at home.
Exactly.
I fucking
Yeah.
love the Talon Pass. It's just you want to go to an underground gig, it's under the
Quite
ground.
literally, you don't
There,
have much
but
of your
in the
choice.
ground.
I believe a friend of mine's shop is around here.
Is that right?
Kind of shop.
That is not important at this time.
Ow.
Mhm.
But yeah, from the top down, it's like all along. Sorry, no. There's like wooden steps that go down onto each level, and it goes down and down and down. And they seem quite rickety compared to like that you've just come from. Wooden and rickety, not what you're used to here. And there's essentially like planks and walkways that are like connecting the parts of the cliff that have like bars and inns, taverns, and shops all like built into the cliff. And this happens all the way down in like, I don't know, probably like four or five sort of stories, I guess. Before then, the docks that's actually at the bottom. But yeah, all the way down, it's less sort of like a gig, more of like a
jam session. Like
yeah, it's ever been into like a one of those like I guess it's like an Irish bar or like a small pub where a lot of people just come and jam and sing whatever. It's essentially that. I know.
I'm genuinely at home.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I was in Glastonbury and you're walking down the boulevard and you got all the different things and the different tents. That. And yeah, so the like the taverns are spilling out onto the pass and walkways, and it's just one big Irish tavern party thing going on.
Be lots of Delan's accent then.
Whatever that may be. I'm joking.
Uh,
Oh
no, we said Irish. It's full of Irish things.
Damn. Irish accent's very good film. But yeah, I have a picture that I will put into the disc. I did send it to Phil, but I don't think he saw it.
Are these things built into like the rock, like carved into the cliff face, or are they like scaffolding on the outside?
A bit of both. Yeah, so a bit of both. So you have like the it's built into the cliff, but it also kind of spills out a little bit, and the outside is sort of made of wood, and then these walkways come out. Some of them are like 5 foot, some 10 foot, and they're all the way along. But yes, sending a picture. I know how stressful it is to put a picture. I'm very sorry. It is a picture that I found on, I believe it was ArtStation. They're very good. Let's get the link. Why not?
Boom. Is that a key next to that bag there?
Yeah. I feel like this thing wants me to pick up the key. That key is very important.
Right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially what it is. It's a bit more sort of I guess like maybe more rigid. I don't know, really.
Yeah, I imagine it, but very much like the Cliff Palace in the Mesa Verde National Park in America, which is literally just a sheer stone wall mountain that is literally they've just carved a city into.
That is.
Can you spell that for me, please? Mesa Verde. Never mind. Google. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a kind of a bit of both.
It's a Native American.
Oh,
thing.
is it in?
Yeah, it's kind of like a mixture of both, but it's definitely like if you look at the wood on this, definitely that's what you would see.
It's built into and built on and around. I take it. There's no, like the picture. There's noticeable man-made structures and things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Colorado, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like a shanty town. stuck onto the side of a cliff and then built into it, so you have like cliff houses. Essentially.
See, when you first described it, I immediately pictured Time Machine, the remake.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Or like bamboo structures all on like those.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Not wrong. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah.
I
I love that picture.
Solomon
Yeah.
has no idea where to go, so
Yeah.
Plus-
It's like you know when you said scaffolding, it's a bit like that, and you're trying to get down. It's like if there was scaffold, if there was like a a pub on a scaffolding, you'd have to get like, it's a bit crazy. You have to get in and out and then down and then get round people and then try and get down to the next level.
And also on this, the busiest night of the year.
Yes. Yeah.
question for you, Bree.
Yes.
Do I believe that any of this scaffolding can hold my weight with this entire suit of plate armor that I've got on?
No.
But it's held up with magic and stuff.
Yeah.
No, those ones do not look like they're held up with magic and stuff.
Oh.
They look like they're held up with spit and hopes and
Hope.
dreams.
You get the feeling that that's true. It seems fairly sturdy.
Okay.
I mean, it's not just you. There are like a lot of other people on
That's what I'm concerned about.
And it's also a mixture between like the wooden structures and the cliff as well, stone. So like it's okay. But yes, you could be worried. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop that.
He casts a false life on himself.
That's fair. But yeah, as you're in this crazy amazing place that I really want to be right now, you kind of, it takes you a while, but you find the tavern. Yeah, I guess it's the tavern that she's playing at.
The second that if she's playing, then Solomon is just gonna kind of hypnotically walk past everyone and just go straight inside. No, literally just like
swimming through people.
Yes, still very gentle, but like
so she's
much more determined than you see him most of the time.
She's not playing at the moment.
Okay.
She's kind of hanging around outside, and just kind of like because she's waiting for you guys to come. But there are bards playing, jamming. It's like a little band going on. And so she spots you and she's kind of like, yes, hi, yeah, welcome. Like, you know, this is the place. This is one of the places that we decided to today. And it doesn't take her long to sort of like sort of get you drinks at the bar, and then make yourself comfortable, and then she'll sort of join in with the song.
Someone will grab the drink and pretty much try do the whole. What's the best way to describe it? Not wanting to let her go, but lets her go and do the thing that she loves.
Oh.
You know, and he'll just sit down wherever he can get the best view.
Yeah.
Who just stands in front of everyone. 6'8", blocking everyone's view. Yay!
He's almost as wide as he is tall, so that's not a good idea.
Yeah, so in this place, like outside, obviously you're like, okay, but like inside, it is it is essentially a small cave. You 6'8" is too tall for this cave. It is. You are like this, having to like get to the bar, and there are places to sit, but essentially there's no stage or anything. The people are just either just like sat or stood or sat on the tables, or even standing on the tables, and they're like dotted around, and everyone is just in the mood, and in I know it's an Irish bar. And yeah, Solomon's too tall. There's probably no more than 6, maybe 6 foot in here. It's
Then,
quite small.
if that's the case, then Solomon will literally get down on his knees and basically walk around, and there'll be no shame in it for him. Like, he's just 100% looking at her.
Nice. But yeah, like she can be like right next to you playing. That's kind of the vibe. But yeah.
Yeah. Then you're all welcome to roleplay as much as you want, because he is
I'm just
because he is shut off until she interacts with him again.
I'm just watching the Solomon show.
Guy will also walk up and kneel where Solomon is, and also pay attention.
What Mistral will do is offer to get Solomon drinks and stuff, so he doesn't have to move. He can just sit there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got no problem walking through this cave.
Yeah, no, you are absolutely fine. This is like a normal
Stop.
room for now.
As you like go to get him like his first replacement drink, I'm just like, this is happening.
You guys like stood next
Just
to the bar,
watching
like
them.
watching, like
Taking notes, studying,
yeah,
curious.
studying what like not to do or something.
just very
How dare.
curious.
How dare. Yeah.
The audacity. The audacity.
I know.
Yeah, Solomon will literally, like, you know that feeling where you have to remind yourself to breathe?
Yeah.
Well, like
That
every time
kind-
you remember, you have to breathe.
Yeah. As in that he is basically so transfixed that it's oh yeah, probably should do that. And then brain immediately switches back off again.
Oh. But yeah. And that is where we're going to leave tonight's session. And then if you want to RP this next week, then we can do that.
That
Such
was
fun.
such for a mini campaign that's called Chasing Shadows. That was so fucking wholesome, that session.
That was very
So far, we've gained a house.
Are we chasing shadows, or are the shadows chasing us?
Ooh, an old flame is chasing Solomon, at least.
Leave my Capri Sun alone.
Oh my god, that was not what I was expecting to.
Guy and his Capri Sun.
Sorry.
There it is.
It's cat on the stream, everybody.
Also, Capri Sun on the stream.
Capri Sun.
All right, okay. Good.
Yeah.
We've got some interesting info on the Idas shards, and some interesting hints at the past for Solomon. Ooh.
Crazy.
A past flame. Past something.
Past something.
That's something.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yes, I hope that was good for y'all.
Yes, lush session, Bree. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Wholesomeness.
Don't you worry. As soon as we get out of this city, that's all going to disappear.
Yeah.
Lulling you into a false sense of security before I just fuck you up.
I mean, you did last time, so.
Yes!
Please hold off
Grab
until
all the wholesome moments you can now.
Wait, are we going to fridge the fuck, what's her name? Illabella?
You don't you dare. I will legitimately throw you off of that goddamn upper dock to the lower dock. I've got +7 in athletics. I will throw you as far as I damn well can.
By we, I meant the DM. Is the DM going to fridge her? Is
What
this why
is-
she exists?
What is fridge?
So
Not
it,
good.
so frigin, for those of you who do not know at home, is a common term that was used for a set of stories between the 60s through to the 80s, somewhat into the 90s, where a hero, specifically in comic books, would have a love interest introduced, and then when the writers didn't have a way to actually do something with it, usually the love interest would die. They would be killed off in some
Women.
way, shape, or form. Women,
The
always
women
women,
will die
always
because
women.
it's the only role that women have ever had in comic books.
Basically,
Correct.
their
But
entire
Unless they have
existence.
boobs out
They
and
can do
tiny
both,
spandex.
and
maybe.
then they die. But they're
But
And
basically
then
their
they
entire
die
existence.
too because they'll inevitably be not as strong and also just stupid love interest. Okay, Samba.
Yeah, so their whole existence is to just die and be motivation for the main
The
character.
Let me
reason
get
that
my soapbox.
Yes. The reason that it is called Frigin is because there is a very specific character that this happened to, and the way that they did the whole reveal of this love interest being killed was her severed head being in a fridge.
Wow. Yeah, that I did not know.
Yes,
Very
this was at the time where the Silver Age was just finishing and it was going into the Golden Age, so it was still under the Comic Book Coalition's Association law, which basically meant that they shouldn't have done that, but they managed to find a way of getting around it because in a freezer they can argue that there's no blood because it is frozen,
Wow.
Interesting.
and it became then known as Frigin whenever you could see a character that was very obviously being set up as a love interest for no other purpose than to die for the sake of the story.
All
Yeah,
women.
so is Illabella going fridged?
I
That's
will
well
put.
a surprise.
I think Ben will ever speak to me again.
I can just resurrect her.
There you go.
I
Only
will
to be
still
fridged
quit.
again.
That's not the point.
Now you know how I feel with Diana.
Mhm.
Yeah. The anxiety whenever we do combat. Oh my days. Okay.
Mhm. It was Green Lantern. There we go.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
hey, who knows? It could have been literally any and all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Still happens.
Yeah, it does.
In
Weirdly
every
enough,
film
Oh yeah.
that isn't written or produced or directed by a woman. So,
yeah. Weirdly enough, as far as I'm aware, even though he has got some of the most tragic character interactions constantly, Batman is one of the few that it doesn't actually happen to in comics.
I don't know about the comics. I don't read them, but
He
yeah.
either pushes them away
yeah.
or they leave.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He's
clearly,
the-
look what happens.
What happened? What about Katie Holmes? Oh no, she moves on.
Mhm.
To
Yeah, he
other
pushes them
films.
in all the Batman films that aren't Christopher Nolan, because those are the ones that are better. He pushes them away.
Well, I mean, the Christopher Nolan one, he pushes him away as well, and then she gets captured when Joker is looking for Harvey. So it's not the Bat's fault. She's just collateral.
It's her fault for having an independent life.
What, for being the assistant district attorney?
Yeah, how dare she go off and get a job and whatnot? If he was at home, she'd be safe.
So anyway, shall we raid someone so we can
So we
get these
move
two
on
off?
from here. Yes. Sure.
Because as much as I agree with every statement that is being made, I don't think that the people who are watching at home want to have this at 11:36 at night.
What?
That's how I go into every Tuesday morning. Angry.
But, ladies and
True.
gentlemen, you could get more of this content on Wednesday, where we will be back for Rapid Riders, our long-term campaign, D&D campaign, set in the south of the continent that the one we're just doing is set in, and that will be 8 o'clock GMT. Yes, those are the right letters.
GMT.
It is
Yes.
indeed.
Oh yeah,
I
GMT.
can't wait until we do a campaign in the middle of the continent.
What, on the mountain?
That's
Well,
the
that needs
bit
to
that
be. That's
kills everyone.
there's the bit that's not habitable. Yeah. That needs to do that one.
Mhm.
Yes. A couple of announcements is that we are going to be in Dragon Meet literally this Saturday.
Yeah,
That's
it's
insane,
very
and I
close.
can't wait. That is going to be amazing. And if you are around in London at that time, come and say hi.
We'll be at stall
Yay.
37 in the lower hall. So come and say hi. We'll be right next to Hatchling Games, who we've been doing a couple of streams of their game in Spur Isles as well. They'll be right next to us, which is nice. And terrifyingly, there'll be a really shiny dice stall on our left hand side.
Yeah, that's
Help.
I'm not looking
Help
forward
us.
to that. Yeah.
I spent
So,
a lot of money with
that's
them
funny.
at the expo.
We'll also be running 2 games, I believe. One run by myself and the other run by Bree.
We'll see. I don't know, but yeah, that's
Indeed.
fine.
I'm going to sign us up. Oh no, I've signed up for 2 games. I
It
can't
was
tell
an
really want it.
accident. You also did it, so
We will be running our new but actually oldest one shot, The Great Gift Giver, which is a wonderfully festive D&D one shot where you save D&D Christmas essentially. And yeah, we will be running that at Dragon Meet, which is exciting. So I'm looking forward to hearing ridiculous shit that people get up to in there.
I cannot wait for all of the things that people manage to do that I never anticipated.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
As is the
That
way
is
of
exciting.
D&D. If you're interested in getting that D&D one shot, check out our Etsy page. It's up on there. You can get that. The Great
As
Gift
well as our
Giver.
website.
And
As
a
well as
website.
a website,
But there is
yeah.
20% off on the Etsy.
At the moment,
So, you know.
yes.
Until
Till
when?
I believe it's Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that they do.
For Black Friday.
Yeah. But like a few weeks.
Yeah, Black
Yeah.
Friday until Thursday.
Yeah.
That's the new name of it.
But yeah.
Black
Gift
Fortnite.
giver. Yeah. But yeah, we are going to go to someone new. I don't believe we've gone there before. They are called Roll for Seduction, which
boy.
I really appreciate.
I think we have gone to them, but a very, very long time
A
ago.
long time ago, yeah. But I think they're doing a session 0 at the moment. They are
Nice.
doing. I'm not sure what system they're doing. It's not D&D. But yeah, see what they are doing over there. That's okay. Yeah. Cool. Yes. And anything else? I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
For fun times.
Rapid Riders.
And next week for this fantastically awkward roleplay, and maybe we'll leave the city. Yay!
In a
Maybe
mini
we'll see.
campaign.
Yeah. I didn't say anything about mini campaign though. You're the one who said it. So say it. Bye, guys.
Bye, buddy.